Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Hey. So let's get into this. We're going to do a specific message. Hang on. I just realized I left my good luck necklace that I actually was wearing yesterday. I left that there, and it's in the way. But I'm starting this specific message with like this sense of either confusion or chaos around an individual. Now, I don't know if this is like somebody who's driving and they're in an unfamiliar place and it's like, oh, this is a weird, traffic light or something. I don't know what's going on. It could be something along those lines because that popped into my head. It was also like it seemed like someone was in an environment where there was just a lot of noise, a lot of lights, a lot of action. It could be even just, hearing other people off in the distance, and not knowing what's going on. I'm picturing somebody who's like riding on a public bus system and they see like what could be a party or a kerfuffle going on outside of the window. So I'm not sure yet in what vein we're going to see this, but it just feels like somebody's either feeling confused, doesn't know what's going on, or they don't know what somebody's trying to convey to them. Hi, everyone. So great to see you all. We got the Empress first. Before I say anything, let's get a few more cards out because we do have some Libra Taurus coming in. I don't know if she's going to be the one who is confused, or I don't know if somebody's confused by her. We have a 5 of Pentacles with a 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is reversed. And then we have Cancer, the sign of Cancer, and we have Ace of Pentacles, both sideways. So it very well may be an Empress is confused. Confused by like, I don't get why someone is refusing to like let go of something painful. They're walking away from like an Empress's kingdom because they will not like let go of something painful. This is somebody who keeps choosing not the new life and the new opportunity and like an emotionally stable opportunity, but they keep choosing to like run away, walk away. This is somebody who makes their life hard. And the Empress is like, I don't understand why they do this. I don't get why this person keeps, aiming for the door and rushing back to something that is nothing but chaos. Knight of Swords in the reverse. I really feel like somebody has, so I'm picturing someone who every time that there's the Empress is around and the Empress, would like warmly connect with them or communicate with them, they maybe head for the door. They want to avoid the Empress. And I feel like the Empress only has something kind to say or kind to offer. And yet this person, they seem to be in no sense of like, maybe I should change this behavior. Everything with them moves very slow. That should be a card of, swift action, even impulsive action. But instead, this person is like, I don't know. It feels, see, they want it. I'm sorry, but this is a tough story because somebody wants to sit in their heartbreak, wallow in it, soak it in, make sure that it permeates every layer of their soul. And it's unfortunate because the Empress is sitting here going, you're picking that? Really? Why are you picking that? Life force energy. I don't know. This feels like she's dealing with somebody or observing somebody who's like big mad, and they're so big mad that they're making their own situation worse. There's this energy of like, look, where we're going to put our life force energy is going to be what we develop, right? And she's like observing this person, channeling their either hurt feelings or upset, basically into more hurt feelings and upset. And they're kind of like embellishing whatever, pain or whatever they feel like, oh, somebody did me wrong. Someone else broke my heart. I'll never forget it. I'll make sure that I, like cradle that emotion inside of me and I'll punish the world for it. And I'll walk away from everybody who is completely kind and opposite the one who broke my heart. And I'm going to get stronger and stronger. I almost feel like somebody could be like, she's watching them and they get like more buff and working out and stuff, but they're getting like angry buff. I don't know if that's a thing, but like like the beefalos that are, like hulking muscles, but they just look like they're always like Hulk smash, um, they don't have necks anymore. They just have muscle. Look, but I'm not making fun of that. Okay. I'm picturing it though, like a cartoon character, right? Cartoons were built where it's like, and they're, again, it's like the Hulk smash thing. It feels like she's observing somebody continuously denying anything good in their life, gravitating toward more feelings of like, yeah, and I got hurt. And you know what? Everybody sucks. And you know what? I'm going to punish my own self as I exercise too hard, won't give myself rest days. I'm going to build up muscles that are tight instead of flexible and fluid. I'm going to barely be able to raise my own arms over my head because my muscles are going to get so big and bulky and in the way. And that's how I'm going to punish myself. And I'm going to, it feels like somebody is channeling anger instead of, like exercising or something for like releasing stress. It feels like they're trying to ball it up and like absorb it and turn it into what they are. And I think the Empress is like, what the fuck? I'm so sorry. That's a weird message, but Inspiration of Wands is in the reverse. Yeah, this person, whatever is going on with them, and she can see it. She's like, they have a choice, but they're choosing this instead. And it is so uninspired. This is not a divine inspiration. This is somebody who's like grinding themselves into the dust, even as they're building their energy, but it's a negative energy that they're building. But it's interesting how she's the one who's so confused. So she's confused by their chaos. That's why I was like, there's two energies here, chaos and confusion. But she's confused by their chaos. Okay, so, boy, she's just like, all I can do is send him some healing, man. All I can do is say, she's getting like to be a calmer, like brighter light than, like every time she sees this or feels this, like these waves of frustration and all of this, I feel like she can almost smell somebody's energy. And I'm not saying it's like BO or anything like that. Just saying that she could be very highly attuned right now to sights, sounds, scents. And it's like she is completely like picking up and reading the situation, I think, very, very well. Sometimes when we're around anyone and we are sitting there and we're not impacted by their energy, but instead we're aware of it and we can observe it, I feel like sometimes we can see things so clearly, like, wow, I see this person doing these things. I can see that they're like oozing pain. I can see that they're super frustrated. I can see that they're channeling great energy, but they're channeling it in the wrong direction. So what do I do? All I can do is say I have to be like that counter point to all of that. I don't know if she's like trying to like allow some of that energy that's roiling off of this person to kind of like, maybe she's trying to draw it away, like wick away some of their like intensity. How does she know this individual who seems to be so pissy? We have the Magician again with the hands cupped here. I don't know. This could be somebody that she's like a friend to. This could be somebody that she knows and she thinks that this person has so much to offer. She thinks very highly of them. She's like, wow, they have the power to manifest so much. So why are they self-destructive instead? Why are they allowing themselves to get warped? Don't they see that use your power to straighten up? Don't use your power to warp, especially pain. Pain can be a great motivator to become better instead of to drive yourself down. I mean, it definitely feels like this anger is and choosing unpleasantness. Aries does not like that one bit. High Priestess is in the reverse. I said, who are they to her? And this is like somebody that she does understand that they have great power, but it's also like plain and clear to her that this is somebody that she must have like had not just she's not like picking this up just on like a wavelength or something. This is like in her face straight up. So she must know this person a little bit more intimately. She must know this person and be able to see like, sometimes we can watch people literally like physically morph and change. We see their jaw gets tighter and tighter, and pretty soon, that you see that, kind of the muscle clench in the jawline. I'm thinking she can see a witness a physical change in them, because it's so visible. This is not just the subconscious stuff that a high priestess would pick up on. So she must have had enough background with this person. Maybe even, I don't know, she knows their hands very well. Maybe this was a lover. Maybe this was somebody she cared about. Maybe this is somebody who she's known as being a kind person once upon a time, and she's seeing this change in them, this frustration, this, they're gravitating toward more hurt. We've got that. This is really hurtful for her to watch this person go through this, because we've got the sun in the reverse. It's like this. It hurts me to see them hurt like this, and it hurts me to watch them go into self-destruct mode. With that 7 of Wands here, it's like all of these. I think if she could do something to like scare off the sharks, that's what she wants to do. I keep feeling like, there's a great song by Nico Vega. I want to kiss away the hard sweater on your skin. I want to listen to you ramble on about where you've been. Although the chorus of that song is, I need to let you go. And maybe that's going to be part of this. If she's watching somebody willfully decide to be really upset and to wallow in heartbreak and let it make them angry at themselves, angry at everybody around them, and they're going to push away somebody who's been nothing but kind, even though she's still going to feel like, I wish I could give them kindness. I wish I could protect them from, what they perceive as constant, obstacles in their way. I wish I could do that, because it hurts me to see them, facing all kinds of obstacles. But I will say this, I kind of think this is hinting that they're making some more of their own problems. The more frustrated they get, the more angry they seem to be about whatever hurt their heart. And now they're going out, like, basically, making things harder for themselves, like reinforcing negative energy. Empress, we've got the star sideways. She really wants to help them heal. Hang on. We need to turn to the universe. I haven't had a story quite like this. Though I think it's very relatable that, anytime we care about another person and we see them like choosing heartbreak, and they're just wallowing in stuff, and it's like, I'm right here and I'm not somebody who hurt you. So why can't you just see that there's, choose better, choose me, choose, come to the light side, why are you doing this? Why are you stubbornly, I don't know. To me, I can't figure out if it's time for some tough love and be like, knock it off, or if it's time to be like, step back, Empress, and let them, hit rock bottom if that's what they have to do. I don't know which side this falls on. If this is somebody who's being like overly self-indulgent and they're making themselves the center of the universe because they have a broken heart. They imagine no one's ever been brokenhearted before, and it's the worst and the worst of the worst for them and only them. That's where I'm like, okay, somebody might need a reality check. Guess what, pal or palette? You're not the only one with a broken heart walking around. We're all dented tin cans, But again, I'm trying to figure out like, which side do we land on here? Okay, it says for her to keep a boundary up while still perhaps being generous. Queen of Pentacles. That's the message so far. Empresses, they are really loving and they are really generous, but it says we got a little fence line up. It says it isn't her job to like fix whatever they're going through, but she is a stabilizing force or influence. She can continue to be that person while not making their behavior her life's, focus, where I have to help this person. I have to fix this person. I'm sorry. Aries is in high alert mode. We've got a 2 of Swords here and the Queen of Wands. So again, we keep seeing her blocking, but loving. We have this really powerful feminine energy that says, protect yourself, feminine, while still being this amazing, like, welcoming space, but don't put up with any ish. If somebody's going to come towards you, they don't get to treat you bad because they're in a bad mood. Yes, be loving, stay in your power, stay in your queen energy, your empress energy. And please bear in mind, this could be a masculine just as easily as a feminine, but stay in that energy. And yet be loving, be kind, but don't let yourself become anybody else's doormat at their place where their wounds are greater than everybody else's. And so now they get to act out however they want. You know, this is like be loving with boundaries. And don't, queens and empresses know how to be considerate without laying themselves bare and lay themselves down. Oh my gosh, AC, thank you, Angel. AC just gifted 10 memberships. If your name just turned green, that is courtesy of AC. So Sassy, AJ826, Holly Counts, The Hardest, Starla Ray, Katie Did, The Empress, the Sagicorn, Priestess, Dom G, and Wonderum. You guys are all now members courtesy of AC. So just know that means you guys can tap into the, if you check the members playlist, you will see that every Monday I post a members only video, and you'll want to watch that because every Monday I kind of explain what we do in the members corner. So that way you guys don't miss out on some of the other things that we do over there. Thank you so much, AC, you angel, babe. Thank you so much. AC, you sweetie pie. We have a Page of Swords. We have the Justice card. Okay, so Page of Swords and Justice card is very, very, very much about she has, like, this is going to be a display for her to learn something from also. Watching somebody else that she obviously was like, why would they not just choose me? So I'm wondering now if this is like a lover. If this is somebody where it's like, you could have been with me, but you want to hang on to some hurt over an ex or something, and then it's going to make you bitter, and it's going to make you like not choose love, even though I'm right here and I haven't done you wrong, but you wouldn't choose me. And it says this is actually a lesson for her on this. Learn what she can about that person. Now I see why it's like she's at risk of doing herself wrong if she winds up holding too much space for somebody else, thinking too much about them. I think that's why we have all of these messages of like, hey, it's okay to like be compassionate towards somebody, understand that, okay, that person is heartbroken. I can, empathize with that, but I also can't let myself get too attached to them. If this is somebody she was kind of hoping to love, or she was on that slippery slope of maybe wanting to, rescue them from themselves, it says if she gathers some more information about this whole situation, what she might realize is that she's doing herself a bit of an injustice, or could accidentally do herself an injustice that would be to make her focal point someone else's, like, keep in mind, some of this is self-inflicted misery at this point. If this is not the same story as like, oh, I saw this person who was wounded and, I saw them, get hurt by somebody. And then I said, well, tough luck. Your pain isn't my problem. Dust yourself off and stand up. No. We're talking about somebody who's like feeling pissed off at the world because they got a broken heart. This is very much like love related stuff. This is not, she's not being callous in this storyline or being encouraged to be callous. It's that she's met somebody who has a heartbreak, and that's making them kind of lash out a little bit, or at least shove away any chance at happiness, particularly if that happiness could have been with her. But it says, careful, don't start imagining that this is so sad that why can't they just, come to me, and I need to pour my energy into trying to make them feel happy and make them see how happy we could be and give them some kind of happiness. This is not her duty. They have, oh my God, AC. Oh my God. Thank you. AC just gifted 20 more memberships, you guys. If your name just became green, that is courtesy of AC. So Jem, KL, Eliana, Tammy Secord, Misty Lee, Kelsey McDonald, Autism Guru, Lanaya, Kat Doherty, Justice Rising, Mindy Hillman, Dom's Vibranium Bicep, Julia with a G, Empress St. Clair, Devil Cat, Lisa S., Titania Stelmack, Tracy, and Messages from Spirit. Okay, I see one person says that there's buffering. You said it's buffering? Oh, the buffering is over. Okay, so it was just a little flicker. Okay. Thank you guys. I didn't realize that it was buffering like that. AC, thank you, babe. And I already know you don't mind if I pull some cards for you on Monday to say thank you. You've been with me a long time. Unless you don't want me to, in which case, please, AC, feel free to tell me, Kate, don't take a liberty with me. But, you know, I would like to do that for you to say thank you, sweetheart. Okay, EM, thank you. And thank you so much for letting me know, sweetie pie. EM, you're so wonderful. Everyone whose name I just listed, by the way, you are now members. So please do check out the members playlist. Go to the most recent members video that I posted on Monday, so that you guys can still enter to win for tomorrow, which is our next Monday video. Thanks, AC. I figured I know you well now, babe. Thank you again a million times over, AC. That's so generous of you. We've got this Eight of Pentacles. All of this keeps hinting like, hey, feminine, you got your own work to do. This is a great piece of your life's work, though, to recognize and maybe let this be kind of like an opportunity for her to say, okay, let me evaluate what's my role. Why did I meet this person? Observe them kind of making their own life more difficult. Why did I cross paths with them? There's a lesson in it for me. Let me integrate that into my own life's work so that I better understand. Can we just be blunt? Universe, let's get to the core of it. What is her best lesson to walk away? Sideways card. Page of Pentacles. Pages are about communication, and the Page of Pentacles is about like sometimes the gift that we give. And so her big lesson, very bluntly here, is she shouldn't expect to receive anything less than what she gives when it comes to matters of the heart. And keep in mind, I don't look, when we love somebody, we love somebody. It's not like we can control that, right? But if she's an Empress. That means she's got a lot to offer. She's a couple queens. She's got a lot to offer. But it does say that she should remember one of the other lessons is it's not just what you have to offer, but you should expect to receive something in return. This is about equality at that very baseline, the equal give and receive. And it also kind of hints, and please don't shoot the messenger on this one, but I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. Maybe she shouldn't be giving so much thought to them, meaning maybe she needs to keep her nose in her own business a little bit. And forget, I don't know another way to say that. And I think it's a little bit like maybe that's a little bit rude for me to say it that way. I don't mean it to sound that way, but what if she has a habit of coming across individuals and then she, without meaning to, because she's generous of heart and spirit, tries to go out and find things to rescue that don't want to be rescued. Find people that it's a little bit like, hey, she probably has more going on in her own world where her time could be better spent. So let me ask this, though, because I still don't understand what the relationship is between her and whomever this heartbroken person is, who seems to be, making their life kind of miserable and focusing on heartbreak. Who are they to her? Do you know of the Empress? Like, who are you? Yeah, so lovers. So that's why this is a hard one. I find this highly relatable because it's so hard not to say, I met this amazing person. I feel the feels for her. God, if only I was willing to take that key and unlock my heart and give it to her, because God, she's great. She's sexy. She's amazing. She's all these things. But you know what? I'm stuck because one time somebody hurt me. Like, that's how this person comes across to me. They're stuck. The Eight of Swords, unfortunately, is the card that says I'm tangled up and stuck, when in fact somebody could totally liberate themselves, but they refuse to do it. Eight of Swords in my opinion, Swords is my most disliked card in the entire deck because it frustrates me. I'm like, why can't you just cut yourself free? Why do the martyrdom thing? So I don't dig that card at all. So it annoys me. It annoys me because I'm like, I want to stand up and shout at this character. You just met a freaking Empress who also, you are freaking lucky. She likes you, cares about you, and you are staying stuck for no damn good reason because you know she's amazing and you even want to open up your heart to her, but you won't. I'm done with you. On your way. You're pissing me off. Look, we've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This person knows she deserves better than, anybody messing with her. So I guess what they're trying to say is, well, I can't come toward her at all with any kind of love because I'm still stuck over here. I don't feel healed. And if I came toward her, it would be, a passion. We could be lovers, but I know she deserves more than that. And I can't give her more than that. Well, that much is good. You're right. If you're not going to give more than that, you stay in your lane. Don't go toward her. We've got that 10 of Swords. They're basically saying, I've got all this sting, I've got all this pain, I've got all this ending that I have to work on. The only thing is, what we saw is that they're actually 10 of Swords in the reverse, or at least that's how the Empress saw it. But again, remember that kind of rude message to her was, hey, keep your nose out of somebody else's business, Empress. Let them do what they need to do. Think more about you and what you can work on than about their stuff. Because they're over here actually we got to say, they're doing right by the Empress. They're not trying to get busy with her. They're not trying to get down with her. They're saying, I'm still stuck, even if it's of my own volition, but I have to put an end to the whatever, my kind of like painful upset is. So they know they got to get themselves out of this kind of like attitude funk that they're in. That's, kind of starting to like this character a little bit more because they are not trying to do anything other than take care of themselves right now. They're not leading her on. They're not trying to get her to pay attention to them. They're not, come hither. None of those things. They're just focused on what they need to be focused on, even though they're aware that she's quite lovely. They're aware that they could love her, but they're not making a move in her direction at all because they are still stuck and they know it. They're working on their 9 of Pentacles. They're working on themselves right now. Good. So I can see why the message here was like, Empress, quit thinking so much about them. The one thing that I will say is these two had to have had some kind of interaction, though. And we know that because we already saw her look at them as like, a magician, somebody that she thinks is powerful, somebody that she respects and thinks can do so much. But then she's so like kind of fretting over why are they so determined to pick like an unhappy path. We don't really see them doing that. What we actually see is them saying, I can't choose anything right now while I'm still feeling stuck, and I wouldn't disrespect the Empress. I have me to work on right now. Oh my God, AC, AC, my God, you are in your Oprah era, aren't you? AC just gifted another 10 memberships, you guys. Miriam, Sandy, Victoria R, Kimmy, Samadhi, ES, Lyra, Native Texan, Maria Ramirez, and Lane Light Reflections, and Kita. You guys are all members now. AC, thank you, babe. Thank you so much. You guys, all of you that I just mentioned that are members, you guys can now tap into the members playlist. Definitely check that members video from this recent Monday. I always explain in every members video kind of how we do things in the members corner. So I'll let you guys check that out. And please try to do that before tomorrow, on our next members day, just so you can get entered to win in the members side. Okay, so the energy between them, because I really want to know what the heck happened between these two. He sees her as like a potential lover. She's obviously focused on him. And I say him and her now just because of what we saw on that card, right? On the lover's card, we had a him and a her. And we know the Empress has come across as a feminine again and again and again. This says there is this energy between them of like, hey, I already kind of could picture the two of us not just matching really well, but that maybe we met for a reason. The as above, so below. There's something here that is like spiritually, drawing us together. There's some kind of magic afoot here. My higher self knows that we could be good together, but here we have still this, we got to put the final nail in the coffin. Other things have to be wrapped up first. Other problems have to be healed. This is that 4 of Swords. It does hint, though, that since this is sideways, believe it or not, she has something to fix in herself as well. Even though she's an Empress, even though she is, the couple of queens worth of energy as well. And we already saw she does have a lesson in this. It's to think a little bit less about, other people, or specifically him at this point in time, and allow things to be exactly as little as possible. Like whatever energy he's giving toward her, if it's very, very minimal, her thought process toward him should match that very limited energy. I know it sounds, I'm so shuddering to have to explain this storyline, because I'm like, it sounds so rude. Every word that I say sounds rude, but it bluntly, she shouldn't be thinking very much about him when he's putting in so little effort toward her, because he's not there to give her anything yet. So he really shouldn't be too much on her radar, and that's something she needs to heal, because there is that slippery slope for her that she'll start to maybe not offer too much or chase somebody around and try to give them help, but she still gives people too much space in her head that haven't asked for it. I know, again, God, I sound so rude. But then on his side, he's not approaching her, but he needs to heal and especially learn to listen to his higher self. If you already know there's somebody wonderful, what the heck are you doing crabbing about some other heartbreak? Get over it. This is somebody who's like a total gift to you. So what are you doing wasting that amazing opportunity with an Empress who you already are drawn to? So now I'm rude to him too. I don't mean to be such a jerk. It sucks to be a narrator sometimes. We got the Ace of Swords. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stand by my jerky conversation there, because this is maybe it's time for the truth. Maybe it's time for just clean cut. Let's not monkey about. Let's just say what needs to be said. Get to the truth of the matter. Get over it. You got an amazing freaking Empress, and you were squandering her, who could be your hot-blooded lover, and she'd be the best thing that ever graced your life, and you even want her, but you're still going to, boo-hoo for a bit. Knock it off. Life is short. Go get with that sexy Empress and give her the best of yourself. Empress, don't give him jack unless he's ready to come in and give you all of himself, because you deserve the best of what you would give. And if these two are not, we're not playing games over here. It's either you're all in or you're all out. We're not doing this weird 5D thing where you give up a ton of your energy and think all the time about him, and then he stays stuck, and he wants you, but he won't come toward you. F that. Let's get to something real, or cut bait. Move on. There's other people that are ready. There's other people. You shouldn't be with anybody if you're not ready to be with your Empress, so leave her alone. Don't even think about her. Don't even have her on your mind. Empress, don't have him on your mind if he can't give you anything. For God's sakes, everybody move along. Life's short. That's how this comes across to me now with that Ace of Swords. That's probably the meanest I think I've ever been in this story. But that Ace of Swords says, just cut to the chase. I know, I probably still could have found a better way to say all that. But the Ace of Swords is blunt. It doesn't care that it's a little bit ow. Maybe sometimes we need the blunt edge, Three of Pentacles in the reverse says, no more coddling. You guys aren't ready to be together. So stop. Just acknowledge that and move along. That Five of Wands sideways says, if they're just going to acknowledge we're not together, nothing is happening. So this is a non-story, right? This is just people wanting but doing nothing. So nothing's growing. You are not watering seeds. You are not planting anything, because this is all just 5D. I want, but you're not planting anything in the 3D. If we just sat around all day and said, God, I'm so hungry, but we never got up to get food, we would waste away. Same thing. If you want somebody, you could want them for 25 years and nobody ever makes a move. And then you just wasted 25 years that you could have been in bed with somebody else having some good loving. So why waste time? This says, if you picture all right, let me really entertain the idea of letting them go. We're not growing. We're not building. We're not planting seeds, and we're not watering anything. How does that feel to contemplate that reality? Nothing is happening. So what does that mean? Does that make it clearer about what I want to do? If nothing is happening, nothing has happened, then I'm free. I'm single. This is, I think it's to help our characters cut through confusion and maybe get to the root of, wow, if I picture it that way, we've planted nothing, so nothing's growing and nothing is happening, then I'm not theirs and they're not mine. I'm a free agent. That might either let the Empress go, hot damn, yeah, I'm single and hot and I can get together with somebody, but that could also push him to say, hot damn, that Empress is single, available, and anybody could snatch her off the market, but she's the lover I want to have. Maybe I need to make some changes here. We have her going back to the Queen of Wands, and she is red hot and spicy and ready to like call in a lover. She is doing the come hither. So I feel like this is really, I think everybody needed to realize she's on the market. You did not lock her down. We need Beyonce on this for the soundtrack, because if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. I'm telling you, that a very blunt message on this, but that chaos, that confusion, there is no reason for chaos and confusion because it's actually very straightforward. Are you pursuing her? Oh, you're not? Then she's single and she probably shouldn't be waiting for him. She should be calling in every other, hottie that she's got any interest in. She should be paying more attention to other people and not to him, because he's not doing anything to put himself on her radar. That would just be her energetically chasing him a bit. And I say this with love. I know I have been that person before. Okay. I have been her before. So I am not casting shade at all. This is a lesson I wish I could have sat down and had with my younger self and told my younger self exactly this story, because harsh as it is, it was a harsh truth I needed to hear so I could have let go of something instead of waited for something, for someone. But we live and we learn, right? Page of Cups is here in the reverse. This is like no apologies needed. He doesn't need to apologize to her for not being ready, and she certainly doesn't need to like apologize or hold space for him. If this isn't happening now, and maybe it never will, or maybe it will, we don't know, but she's supposed to move on. In this storyline, she's supposed to just move on and pay attention to the fact that she's a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands are always, to me, they're the most like outspoken about what they want. They pursue what interests them instead of wait for something to come toward them. They pretty much are like, okay, well, it's got to be mutual. If I see something that I like, I'll let somebody know that I like them. And then if they don't come toward me, okay. And I move on to the next thing that I like. Queen of Wands, like, I always think that she's the best queen for recognizing that like everyone has to follow their own heart. She respects that in herself. She respects them as well. Oh, you're not interested? You're not pursuing me, so you must not be. Okay, peace out. I'm onward to the next thing, because there's a lot of sexy people on this planet. A Queen of Wands does not stop finding other sexy people on this planet. A Queen of Wands, like, her heart wants to, find things that inspire her, or people that inspire her. So she will love again. And I just think that this is one of those stories where it's not to put any pressure on, we'll say, the masculine. It's actually just to call out a storyline for what it is. If nothing is happening, then what the hell are we waiting for? Now, if this were a reverse storyline, let's say these two had been like married and then they were still married, but then, they have to live in different places because of a job or something. Of course, it's like, well, I'm waiting for my partner because we were already bonded. We already made a promise to each other, and I'll wait for them because I know that we're coming back together. That's a whole different story. These two don't even have a relationship built yet. They just have a desire between the two of them. There is an acknowledgement that, wow, you're the one I would want, but we see zero action having been put in, or zero action being put in. There haven't been promises made. There isn't a marriage. There isn't anything substantial. There is just the desire. They could have been lovers before, for sure. But again, if you didn't lock it down, if you're not there in the relationship, if you're not, building with a partner, then you're not really entitled to that partner, is the way this looks to me. So I'm sorry, this is the bluntest, meanest. I'll put a trigger warning on this because Kate got mean. No, I just got not very politically correct, not very gentle, not very. That Ace of Sword gave me free reign to just spit it. So there we have it. In this storyline, it just says let it go and move on because there's other hot people. I will ask one last question. It looks like our feminine's going to do just that. What happens with the masculine? Eight of Wands. We got a little fire lit. That Eight of Wands says, here I come. Here I come. Hold on now. Hold on now. Here I come. Three of Coins. Temperance. Hang on. No, I do want this. What do you mean you're going to go date somebody else? What do you mean you're on the market and somebody else is going to be loving you? What the hell was I thinking? No, I wanted to be me. Suddenly, this is, at least in this story, her just moving on, not even frustrated with him, because there's really no reason for her to be frustrated. That would be unfair. You notice we didn't see anger. We didn't have her feeling mistreated. We didn't see her. She's an Empress. Empresses don't get mad that other people aren't ready to be with them. Empresses are like, look, he's not putting in energy. He's not gravitating toward me, even if I can sense that he's interested, but he clearly has something else he needs to work on. I release him. I let him go. I turn my attention to other sexy people. I think that's a really important keynote that I didn't mention about her, is there's no part of her that's like she feels miffed or pissed or anything like that. She just truly is like, I hope he figures himself out. Anyway, there's a hottie over here. There's a hottie over there. She's just ready to move on. And I think that is so great that she knows she doesn't have any right to be mad at somebody who wasn't ready. However, you notice that I think he was more ready than he thought. He was just malingering on the final, wrap up, the ending of whatever he was still pissed off over. It is kind of like reality check for both characters. And the reality check from the universe, oh gosh, no. Sorry, guys. I know that did its annoying little buffer that it does sometimes. And I don't know why. Yesterday we had a great day with no buffering, but today it buffers. Anyway, I just was doing the wrap up here, just saying it looks like, at least in this storyline, the Empress truly moving on, or Empress Queen, however we want to refer to her letting go, and no frustration, no anger, no feeling of like, how come they weren't ready to do right by me or whatever. No, it's not even anything that should be on her radar, but ironically, her simply moving on with that sense of peace and calm and releasing him fully seems like that is the trigger for him to be like, whoa, wait. Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles. No, I'm ready to work together. No, I'm ready to have peace with you. You're an Empress. I want to be around an Empress. With that Temperance card, it's like, let me be balanced with you. This ends really, really well. But I like the fact that all of this was about simplifying and reducing all that tension that gets pent up when we're talking about like 5D connections and, overthinking and energetically holding on to individuals. I love the fact that this was the anti 5D story. It was all like, hey, let it go and move on, because we are 3D creatures, right? We need, to be able to have somebody's hand in ours, and we need to be able to have that romantic partner that's right there beside us and ready to build with us. The same way we need air and we need water and we need food. So it's time to turn our attention only to 3D connections, not in the 5D realm. So anyway, that's what we got on this one. You guys, thank you so much, you guys. And really good to see you. And again, AC, thank you for all of the amazing gifts. AC, free the Empress. I love that. Oh, you guys are adorable. So great to see everybody. Sandy, I know, right? AC is Oprah tonight, for sure. Wonder Run, how are you? Excuse me, Wonder Rum. There we go. Sassy, wonderful to catch you, love. Just Mr. John, hey. Delinda, Emma-Lisa, Dwanette Raven. Thanks, everybody. So good to see you, Starla. And welcome, sweetheart. NH, Calm Seas, Nikki O. So good to see you, babe. Sam Juanita, Rachel's Magic. Thank you guys so much. Nice to see you all. We're going to bounce on over to the other channel. Oh my gosh. DLBJR Cooper, you said the fire department was just there wherever you're located, but it was a false alarm. Oh, that's wonderful. But an amazing response time. Firefighters are incredible, aren't they? I feel like they're just such an amazing group. I'm so grateful for them. Wildland firefighters as well, just incredible. I don't know what we'd do without them. Yeah, you're so cute. Hi, Joanne. Thank you guys for accepting my my little sassiness there in this one. Selene, hi, sweetheart. I hear you, Nikki. Ken, goddess of the moon. Courtney Walsh is in the house. All right, you guys. And Inner Knowing, thanks for being here, sweetheart. Oh, formerly you were It's Time. Okay, very nice. Well, it's wonderful to see you under any name, sweetheart. All right, you guys. I will see you on the other side. We're going to go over to Kate's Regardless Life, and we'll get to at least a handful of zodiacs. And don't forget, tomorrow being the 1st of September, I will be doing the winners. So we're going to have one kind of longer card pull winner. And then on the other channel, I'm actually doing 9 short winners. So if you guys didn't get a chance to enter on both channels, just know that the video I posted yesterday on Kate's Regardless Life that is for all zodiacs, it's about what's coming up in September. That's where you'll enter on that one. And on this channel, it is through the specific message that I posted yesterday. So, all right, you guys, I'll see you again over on the other channel. If you guys are hanging with me tonight, if this is where we part ways, then I send you guys lots of love. Thank you again, everybody. Enchanting Libra, Zion's Gamming, Delinda, so wonderful to see you. I agree completely. EM, amen. Emily's, I'm delighted. So nice to see you, honey. Bye for right now.